And welcome back, everyone, to the FX Open Invitational Series. I am Unstable, joined here by Railkun for this next game. It is going to be a Grubby versus Iaguz in game number 2. Atlantis Spaceship will be the map. Grubby taking game 1 with a 4-gate, pretty much build order loss there for Iaguz, though, when going for that quick third command center. And as we were saying in that last game, Grubby does vary his play up quite a bit to keep people honest, and that's pretty much exactly what happened. So let's go into game number 2. Down here at the bottom left-hand corner, we have Grubby as our green Protoss. And then up here at the top right as our red Terran, we have Iaguz. So we'll probably see a more safe build coming out here from Iaguz this time. Of course, this map very frustrating for Terrans to actually get in there and do a lot of early damage, which is I am surprised that Iaguz would actually pick it. Obviously, he has a plan for this map regardless. Otherwise, that would make no sense. But let's see how he decides to deal with this. Grubby is playing better and better every single time I see him play. So it's going to be very difficult for Iaguz to come back in this one. What do you think, Railkun?
This is the map that Gumiho actually used quite well to his advantage in one of the previous GSLs, I think 2 ago, where he was playing a Protoss, he was relatively confident his opponent would go for some really early pressure to the 6 gateway attack, and he parked the siege tanks on the high ground. Do you remember that? Had the bunkers down here at the natural, and the siege tanks just completely ripped apart the attack.
Yeah.
And we just do a really fast factory for Iaguz. So if he's getting another aggressive read from Grubby, if he thinks he's going to do it again, picking this map would make sense if he's planning on ripping off that build order. But we do see a really quick robotics facility from Grubby, so if that's what he's counting on, it's not going to happen.
Yeah, exactly. We do see a factory down in the main now for Iaguz. He's going straight into reactor. So we might actually open with reacted Hellions. Have seen it once or twice in this matchup. It would work out well, catch Grubby off guard. However, we do see a 1-gate robotics facility in the main here for Grubby, and that is very different.
That's the problem, is that Iaguz's build could be good against a lot of different things right now, but the 1-gate robo, not chief among them, but actually he is going to go straight into Starport, so was expecting to see a tech lab go down on the factory, but no, he's going to make another Hellion. Is this going to be a Hellion drop? The main base on this map is pretty large, so you might think that he might be able to sneak some Hellions back in there. Haven't seen people try this in quite a long time in this matchup. Oh my god, but look at what Grubby's doing. He's going for Colossus drop. Oh my god, with extra gateways on the way. I haven't seen the Colossus drop in even longer. That's like beta material.
Well, the very last time I think I can remember it would have been Choya versus QXC.
Oh
like
god,
a year
I forgot
ago.
about
Like a year ago, but that was a year ago, so it's a long time ago. Anyway, a very nice mix-up here by Grubby. Are we going to see a Colossus? The Warp Prism's actually already leaving, so he might just be planning to produce some harassment with it.
Yeah, he could just warp in a few units, then fly the Warp Prism away, and then maybe go for the Colossus drop. I don't know, like, doesn't look like he's going to do the Colossus drop, which makes me a little bit sad, but then at the same time he went for the Warp Prism speed instead of the Colossus range. So at that point, why else would he be doing it? Oh my god, 2 transport ships passing in the night. Look at this. Oh, hey, what's up? Medevac. Oh, hi, Warp Prism.
That's definitely interesting, but the Colossus is probably going to be out by the time that this Medevac gets there. He's actually chrono boosting it as well. Already getting a Zealot. He's got a Stalker and a Zealot here to try and stop this. So this Medevac's going to have a very hard time dealing with it. But is he going to be able to see this robotics tech so early? Looking at his vision, yes he is. That's going to be a big what the moment for him. As he's still coming in here a little bit too far forward. He's going to take quite a bit of damage on that Medevac, but does see the robotics bay researching something. Little does he know.
God. He loaded up the Colossus. The speed is done. Here it comes. I'm so excited. How well is this going to work? It is mostly Marines, so the Warp Prism Micro is not going to mitigate much of the damage, but it will be able to absorb some of the fire, but oh, we almost flew right into the Marines there.
It depends where he sits, and like right here is probably not the best place to put that Colossus Grubby, and he's probably just going to dart at the other side of that Stargate. And oh, here we go, we do have a Viking out, so he's going to have to back off with that. Nice idea, but it was scouted a little bit early. And thankfully he has the Warp Prism speed, otherwise he's not getting away from that. He's also expanding behind this as well. Grubby's, sorry, Iaguz sitting on that one base at the moment, still just only now getting his command center. But he does have siege tanks on the field now. Doesn't have siege mode though.
Yeah,
At least
it
not yet.
looks like this build was designed to apply pressure and then be safe against an early attack, but he just wasn't expecting the Colossus drop variant of the early attack. So he had the siege tanks on the way and is like, okay, what do I do now? He's clearly confused because he hasn't even started researching siege mode. The starport is now flying over and he's going to be adding some extra barracks. He has a third command center on the way now as well. I'm really confused as to why he's completely skipping the siege mode unless he's completely abandoning the siege tanks at this point.
It's up to him though, but we do see the warp prism up here warping in more units. Grubby does have 1, 2, 3 gateways in total, and this is actually going to be quite difficult for. Oh, he's actually gone for another command center to try and get ahead, and Grubby's going to push him right at the worst possible timing yet again. He does have the Colossus, remember, so he can poke up this ramp and have vision of it as well. And here we go.
If he had siege mode though, this would be so much easier to defend, but he didn't even start it. I think this might have been a mistake because now he's like, I can't siege. This is a problem. Like, siege mode right here would actually be really good against this army. If he focus fired it properly, maybe try to take out that Colossus, really shell the Stalkers especially. But without it, he's left it in the tank mode, and it's going to be really difficult to defend this if Grubby controls it properly.
Well, he doesn't have extended thermal lance just yet. He did take out the reactor on that. Looking at Grubby's vision at the moment, though, he does see the extra Sioux command centers. We've got the drop coming in to the main base of Grubby. It's going to be thwarted quite easily by him as well, though. Looking here, he lost 5 workers.
Oh, back in Iaguz's base, too, though, he's losing a lot of units. Grubby managed to kill a lot of units before he could react. His army was split quite severely. This Colossus is doing a ton of damage. Iaguz mismicroing quite a lot, allowing his units to get drawn down the ramp like that. And he took heavy losses while he wasn't paying attention to his army. That could be too much. I think that's game right there.
Well, he also got a nice lift into the warp prism by that Colossus, saving it from the Vikings. And Iaguz's attention was on that drop that was going on in Grubby's main, but as you were saying, I think there's just too much here now for Grubby to be able to, for Iaguz to be able to deal with. He's trying to do the best he can, but with that Immortal in the mix as well, the Stalkers are doing a nice job. He will get this Colossus finally, but I think it's just not going to be enough as we've got more warp-ins coming through from Grubby. This could be it.
Yeah, all the Vikings are down, his warp prism is still warping in a ton of units, and there's the GG.
Alrighty, so congratulations to Grubby. He will move into the winners match. He will go on to play Squirtle to see who advances from this group straight away. So let's jump straight into that match because that is something I want to see.